Tony D and Little Joan in the background, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Dead of Winter, starring Emma Thompson in a thriller movie where she kicks ass and takes names. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 18. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Want to see an old lady kick ass? Emma Thompson's going to do it. And she's up against Judy Greer, who's the real brains behind the kidnapping. So, you know, if you thought it was intense when men kidnap somebody and then try to save a woman, wait till you see what an old lady does. It does look good, though, I'll say. So Emma Thompson is going up to, I don't know, somewhere above the Arctic Circle to spread the ashes, I think, of her dead husband. And she witnesses a crime. She witnesses a kidnapping. And so I think September 26th in theaters. So I think she is supposed to go to his old fishing hole up in the mountains or wherever the hell this is. I'm going to say like Alaska, someplace like that. And she gets up there and she sees the kidnapping. Somehow the kidnapper doesn't see her. So she tries to call for help. Of course it doesn't work. Too remote. And then she somehow tracks the kidnapper back to his cabin, which he shares with Judy Greer. And says, "Oh, you know, I'm just up here fishing," you know, makes an excuse and then leaves. Even though there's blood in the snow, like right in front of her, but I can forgive it. So then Judy Greer says, "We gotta kill her," because you know Judy Greer gets to be the boss girl, I guess, in this. So they go out to there's a little shack on the lake where they do ice fishing, I guess. And they go out to kill her. But Emma Thompson's already circled back to their cabin to help the young woman who's been kidnapped. And so she can't free her for some reason at first. Instead, she writes on the window, "I'm not leaving," or something. Which I don't know if she writes that and then leaves it, or she writes it and then goes, you know, erases it. I think it would be better to erase it. I think if the kidnappers see that, she'd be in trouble. Anyhow, the kidnappers, then it becomes a cat and mouse game with Emma Thompson being a badass. She doesn't have any weapons. I don't know how much knowledge her character has in survivalist mode. I'm guessing that she was the wife of a man who was, you know, kind of hardcore, and then so she knows a lot of the stuff too. So it's a cat and mouse game, and she tricks the kidnappers at one point, and they come out to the fishing lodge, and she's not there, but like she had the fire going to make it look like she was there. And then she circles around to the cabin to try to free the girl. I think at some point she does free her, and then they're chasing after her, and it goes back and forth like that. At one point she gets a gun. She's being hunted. Of course, in the end, I think she wins. It doesn't look bad, but it's just kind of funny. You know, I can list, half a dozen male actors who would probably be right for this role. Emma Thompson, I don't know, man. Now, on the one hand, a female protagonist is inherently a little weaker against the kidnappers. So she has to be smarter. So if they play that part of it up, great. But if she's whipping out guns and shooting dudes and smashing them across the head, yeah, that's not really going to go over. If she's smarter than them, yeah, I'm all for this. It looks cool. It looks cool and intense. I love Judy Greer. I wish she'd go back to comedies, though. It's weird to see her in this role as an evil person who helped kidnap a girl. I'm not sure why they kidnapped the girl. Um, the dude is ominous in this. The dude who's one of the kidnappers, very ominous. Then it's just Judy Greer is really in charge, and I'm like, yeah, the dude's way more ominous. He really ought to be in charge, Judy. I'm just saying. But and really, Emma Thompson is kind of up there for this role, and she looks like she's up there for this role. But that being said, that can play to your advantage in a screenplay like this, because it's like, oh my God, how is she going to beat these guys? And then she somehow does. So I would see this. I think it looks good. First act, she's going up there to dump the ashes of her dead husband, I think. Witnesses the kidnappers, somehow doesn't get seen. Second act, encounters the kidnappers, sort of confirms the girl is in their cabin. Tells them a fish story, circles back, tries to free her, it doesn't work. Then throughout the second act, they go back and forth. Eventually, I think she frees the girl and then tries to get away, but it's like back and forth with the kidnappers, and I think there's two other hunters that end up in the mix, and I think she ends up killing them all somehow. I think she ends up destroying her own truck at one point just to distract them long enough that she can, get away. And in the end, I think she saves the girl, maybe at the expense of her own life, but I would see this. I think it'll be very watchable. Here's the write-up. A woman traveling alone through the snowbound northern Minnesota interrupts a kidnapping of a teenage girl hours from the nearest town, and with no phone service, she realizes that she is the young girl's only hope. Okay. Yeah. Sounds cool. I would see this. On streaming, possibly in the movies. Maybe in the matinee. But it could go sideways super easy if Emma Thompson starts throwing stuntmen around. But I don't think they're going to do that in this. I think it looks pretty pragmatic. Judy Greer with the sniper rifle? Maybe. I mean, at least she has a rifle and she's not beating people up. And is there going to be like a fist fight at the end between Emma Thompson and Judy Greer? Yeah, I don't think I want to see two women at the end. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on the green site, the orange site, and the black site for more videos. Big shout out to the folks at Juniper Village in Hamilton, New Jersey. Thanks for having me out today. It was a great little talk, how to hunt the Jersey Devil at 11. Big shout out to one of my fans who came out to see me. So you can come if you get, call ahead and get permission. They're usually, some places are cool with it, some places not. Tomorrow I'll be at Taunton Run. That's in West Berlin, 2 p.m. for the talk, how to hunt the Jersey Devil. Again, you need permission or need to be residents and family. Friday, I'll be at the night market in Dragon Shop, 7 to 11. Saturday, I'll be at Williamstown at the Pfeiffer Community Center at 1 p.m. That is open to the public. How to hunt the Jersey Devil. And Sunday, JEVS. That's the special needs group, 1 p.m. Same rules apply to the senior places. Get permission or be family or a resident. Hope to see you there. See you in the next one.